Let us pray. O Lord our God, your Spirit covers the whole universe. From your majesty you shower upon us blessings upon blessings. We gather here, O Lord, coming from various places and differing backgrounds, bringing with us an assortment of abilities and interests. And as we come now to celebrate with these young people their graduation day, we praise you for that variety of blessings and endowments, as well as for the gifts of those who teach and administer. We give you thanks, our God, for all these blessings bestowed upon us. We thank you, too, for parents and the love of family which nurtures us and makes us whole beings. Be with us now at this very important time. Grant your blessing and presence, that in the midst of our joy, we might be mindful that you are the source and sustainer of purposeful and meaningful life. Amen.
Parents, members of the administration, school board, teachers, distinguished guests, and fellow students. These commencement exercises mark the end of our scholastic education in the Wilson School District and the beginning of our venture into the future. The foundation for our future, however, was constructed during our years of childhood and adolescence. The building blocks for our future were molded by our experiences in the home, in school, and in extracurricular activities. The first building block, the cornerstone of our foundation, was shaped in the home by those who raised us. Whether we were raised by a single parent, two parents, or a guardian, these people did their best to teach us the values needed to shape our lives. Our parents have taught us, among other lessons, how to distinguish right from wrong, how to handle various situations, and how to acquire and develop self-confidence. Their teachings included acting as a role model, as someone for us to emulate. In addition to teaching us various lessons, our parents or guardians have nurtured us and held our hands through the rough times of childhood and adolescence. However, next year, many of us will be on our own, and we will certainly face many new challenges and crises. Even though our parents will not be by our sides, we will be able to deal with these new problems because of the strong foundation that has been built by them in our homes. Our experiences in school molded a second building block for our futures. At Wilson, the knowledge that we have gained from our teachers has extended beyond the concepts that are taught in textbooks. Through our teachers, we learn the value of and need for justice and truth in society, friendship, challenge, teamwork, and responsibility. School has also afforded us the opportunity to experience, for a short time, life on our own through sixth grade camping trips, band trips, and foreign language trips to Europe. Thus, whether we have enjoyed school or not, it has helped to shape the second building block of knowledge and experience which is necessary for success in the future. A final aspect that has contributed to our development was extracurricular activities, both in the school and in the community. At Wilson, band, clubs, and interscholastic sports have provided opportunities not only to have fun, but also to learn some important lessons. Valuable experiences were also gained through organizations in the community, such as scouting, church, and various Little League sports. Through them, we have learned the value of sportsmanship, competition, and the desire to excel. These lessons were taught by coaches and instructors who are some of the greatest friends and teachers that a young person can have. Extracurricular activities also have provided occasions for making many new friends. Probably the best example of the lessons that can be learned from extracurricular activities was this year's boys varsity basketball team, which demonstrated sportsmanship, friendship both among themselves and with their coach, and a desire to achieve their goals. Undeniably, extracurricular activities have served to construct pivotal building blocks for our futures. As we, the class of 1987, graduate from Wilson High School, we carry with us many experiences of the past that will serve as building blocks for the future. These building blocks were shaped by our experiences in the home, in extracurricular activities, and in school. These building blocks are our assets for the future. Today, we stand on the threshold of that future. As Andy Rooney once mentioned in his newspaper column, graduation day is one of the most abrupt endings we come to in our whole lives. Most things dwindle away, or little by little, we change what we're doing. Not graduation, that's it, the end, period. Rooney continues by saying that because of the abrupt interruption in life's activities for the graduate, there are very few times in anyone's life so bittersweet as that final day at high school or college. Lastly, he also wrote, "Graduates are glad it's over, but they're sad it's over too, and they're scared about their future. Don't look for any soothing words from me either, graduates. It's a jungle out here." Even though Andy Rooney thinks it's a jungle, we have a solid foundation with which to face the challenges of the future. After all, jungles too can be conquered if one has the proper tools. Thanks to our families, our schools, and our communities, we can feel confident, prepared, and excited in facing the future. Thank you.
A couple of days ago, I was telling a good friend of mine that I wanted my graduation speech to be concise and to the point. He told me that maybe I should model my speech after a comic strip that he had just read. This comic strip was about a high school graduate. In the first frame, we see the word "yay" in large print. It is apparent that the audience is applauding someone. In the next frame, the principal is at the microphone, and a girl is walking away. The principal then says, "Thank you, Marcy, for that valedictorian address. On this hot day, I think we all appreciate it. On the other hand, I think we were all hoping for a bit more than we're out of here." I thought that would be pretty funny and very memorable if I would say those words as my speech. Certainly, I would have seen some shocked faces in the audience. When I told my father of my plan, he didn't think it quite as amusing. Well, I figured that I shouldn't get my father upset and have him ruin the day by having a heart attack or something. So I decided to say a bit more. My message today is fairly simple and very common, but also worthy enough to be heard again. This message is that life goes by very quickly, and we should try to live each moment to the fullest while we still can. Maybe this idea is best expressed by the following selection taken from the Henry James novel, The Ambassadors. Live all you can. It's a mistake not to. It doesn't matter so much what you do in particular, so as long as you've had your life. If you haven't had that, what have you had? What one loses, one loses. Make no mistake about that. The right time is any time that one is still lucky as to have. Live. Since we are now on the verge of living life on our own, it is especially crucial for us to understand that each day comes by only once. It is such a waste if we just let time go by and simply exist rather than experiencing all that we can. Likewise, we must not be afraid to try the new or out of the ordinary. Variety is the spice of life, and sometimes it may take a walk in the wild side to achieve that variety. These walks may not always turn out so well, but it's usually better to learn from experiences than not to experience at all. Or as Crosby, Stills and Nash once sang, "You must go for what you wanted. Look at all my friends that did and got what they deserved." To live each moment, an awareness of all that is around us is also essential. There are so many special moments, such as today, that should be appreciated for all that they are worth. Thoreau said, "To be awake is to be alive." By this, I think he meant that we must be aware of everyone, everything, and every time in our lives. We must always be alert and ready to question all the answers, but we must also take the time to smell the roses, because if we don't, we can easily get caught up in a day-to-day rut. If we maintain this awareness each and every day, our lives will surely be more fulfilling and worthwhile. In closing, I would like to wish all my classmates good luck in all you do, and may the roads rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and may your cup never run empty. I don't know what your destiny will be. I do know that if you live each moment to the fullest, your life will be filled with happiness and satisfaction. Today brings back fond memories, so it's difficult for many of us to say goodbye. But right now, it feels pretty good for me to finally say to you, we're out of here.
Good evening, parents, friends, administrators, teachers, and graduating class of 1987. Everyone has dreams which he longs to fulfill, even that 3-year-old who wants to be a fireman when he grows up. Then again, there is a 92-year-old who wishes to live to be 100. We all have desires and needs, yet where we differ noticeably is in our means of attaining them. The first step towards the realization of these dreams is setting goals. Goal setting is the foundation of a process which includes withstanding the trials and tribulations which naturally come along. Goals should not be those that we can achieve with minimal effort, nor should they be so high that they can never be attained. They should be at a level where we can say, yes, I can do that. The going is never easy, but slowly, as we work our way up towards the goal which we have set, we learn and experience life, and the going becomes a little bit more organized, but never any easier. At some point, we may find ourselves at the pinnacle of our structure. The goal is in sight. Now is the time to set higher goals, because the moment we stop dreaming is the moment that life ends. Setting goals may be the foundation, but hard work makes the dream reality. We may set the best goals possible, But if we are too lazy to pursue them, the goals are useless, victims of our own mistakes. Everyone knows that the hardworking person is the one who reaps the benefits of a fuller and more meaningful life, and the lazy man rots in his easy chair, flipping through the channels with his remote control. The lazy man uses his dreams for selfish purposes, like a child using his dreams as a ploy to get more Christmas gifts. The hardworking man sets long-term goals, but more importantly, he sets goals which he wants to accomplish in the near future. Setting short-term goals can make the going much easier, as well as bring a sense of accomplishment. For instance, imagine the English student striving for an A on his term paper, or the electronics student looking to be student of the quarter. But more importantly, look at the students out on the field today. There were those who lacked the diligence and the planning to strive for the spire of education. They fell by the wayside. But we, the class of 1987, who are here today, had the spirit to reach for the best. We have reached the goal which we had set in our early years. Now it is time to move on. No one here can say exactly what he or she will be doing in the future, but as long as we keep dreaming, the stars are the limit. Our dreams will blossom into goals, and through careful planning and hard work, we may someday attain these goals. Only then can we pause for a moment before moving on and say, yes, I finally made it. And today we can indeed say that we have made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy, Kieran, Steve, for your thoughts and ideas about the importance of values, experience, and goals necessary for a full and meaningful life and for success in the future. The time has now arrived for announcing the names of those members of the class of 1987 who have been singled out for special honors. As I call out the awards, will the recipients please rise and remain standing until all the awards have been read. The audience is asked to hold its applause until all the awards have been read. Printed copies will be available from the usherettes at the conclusion of the commencement exercises. The Altruism Award, Sonal R. Daftari. Please stand. Northeast Conference Award for Spanish, Sonal R. Daftari. The American Association of University Women Award, Talita G. Robinson. Berks County Historical Society Award, Talita G. Robinson. Berks Cable Casting Award, Susan D. Miller. Berkshire Heights Homeschool Organization Award, Stephen M. Cannon. Berkshire Heights Homeschool Organization Award, Christine Marie Savetti. The Grace Broccanero Award, Catherine Heidi Gabeau. The French Consulate Award, Andrew David Reinsel. Lieutenant Leonard Stephan Memorial Award, Andrew David Reinsel. West Lawn Women's Club Educational Award, Andrew David Reinsel. Whitfield Homeschool Association Award, Andrew David Reinsel. The Women's Club of Whitfield Award, Andrew David Reinsel. James Way Corporation Award, Andrew David Reinsel. German Consulate Award, Julia Romberger. German Consulate Award, Stanley Tracy. German Consulate Award, Holly Quinner. National French Award, Vanessa Marie Miller. National Spanish Award, Carol Nanette Berger. Northeast Conference Award for German, Carol Nanette Berger. Modern Language Award, Carol Nanette Berger. Northeast Conference Award for French, Tracy Lynn Racklin. American Association of Teachers of Spanish and Portuguese Award, Greta Leifsenberger. The Modern Language Award, Michelle Christine Chandler. Ruth D. Hannigan Memorial Award for Best All-Around Business Education Student, Lori Ann Kreitz. Sandra Reitmeyer Price Award, Wendy J. Wilkins. The Foundation for Reading Area Community College Academic Achievement Award, Wendy J. Wilkins. William C. Kutz Jr. Memorial Award, Catherine A. Mann. Sinking Spring PTO Award, Catherine A. Mann. Ladies Club of Sinking Spring Award, Catherine A. Mann. The Emily C. Livey Memorial Award, Jennifer Lynn Moan. Lieutenant Leonard Stephan Memorial Award, Anne Marie DiPaolo. The Women's Club of Lincoln Park Award, Rob Kramer. Shillington Rotary Club Award, Robert A. Kaufman, Jr. Sinking Spring High School Alumni Association Memorial Award, Bradley D. Weber. Sinking Spring Lions Club Award, Nicholas A. Vision. Sinking Spring Lions Club Award, Victoria A. Gallen. Sinking Spring PTO Award, Paul William Hoffman. Ladies Club of Sinking Spring Award, Paul William Hoffman. Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, Paul William Hoffman. The Sinking Spring Veterans of Foreign Wars Dramatic Arts Award, Karen May Morgan. Sinking Spring Veterans of Foreign Wars Music Award, Todd A. Rathman. Women's Club of Woodfield Award, Todd A. Ratman. West Lawn Printing Award, Jeffrey Michael Wayman. West Lawn Women's Club Essay Award, Leanne Berube. West Lawn Women's Club Vocational Technical Award, John A. Schlegel. West Wyomissing PTO Award, James Riley. West Wyomissing PTO Award, Kelly Ann Young. Woodfield Lions Club Award, Rhonda Lynn Bates. June A. Plowfield Wilderness Science Award, Thomas Sung-Wan Kim. Wilson National School Orchestra Award, Thomas Sung-Wan Kim. The Richard J. Caron Foundation Auxiliary Award, Laura Fiddler and Tracy Lynn Miller. The Wilson Scholastic Award, Kieran W. Goodwin and Stephen F. Davis. John Philip Sousa Award, Melanie K. McMullen. Marine Musicians Award, Claudia-Ann Cope. James E. Fagley Award, Lisa Mary Scher. Wilson Color Guard Award, Lisa Mary Scher. Michael's Music Store and Studio Award, Christina C. Hockman. Wilson Band-Aids Choral Award, Scott D. Tice. Wilson Band-Aids Instrumental Award, Diana Lynn Cook. Wilson Senior High Choral Award, Diana Lynn Cook. Wilson Twirling Corps Award, Deanne Christine Dry. Veswitz Music Award, Christine M. Schultz. Wilson Swimming Alumni Award, Daniel C. Mazza and Christopher Leckleitner. The Alls Club Trophy, Stephen Scott Smith. The John J. Gursky Award, Stephen Scott Smith. Wilson Century Club Award, Stephen Scott Smith. The Van Reed Athletic Association Award, Scott Getz. Charles Simcox Award, Scott Getz. Wilson Century Club Award, Owen Roger Miller. Century and One Half Award, Walter R. Woollyhan. And the Allen and Richard Baker Memorial 4-H Scholarship Award goes to Kelly Scott. Now, I would like to have a nice round of applause for these members of the class of 1987 in recognition of their awards. Please be seated. Now I will announce the names of those members who are the recipients of scholarships. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun here. Berks Vocational Technical Awards. I'll read these next. For excellence in the Commercial Art Curriculum Award, Scott D. Stuber. Schuylkill Valley Restaurant Association Baking Award, John A. Schlegel. The HOSA Award for Excellence in the Health Assistant Curriculum, Melissa S. Price. Excellence in the Printing Curriculum Award, Laura L. Wynn. American Welding Society for Excellence in Welding Award, Jeffrey S. Egan. Instructors Award for Outstanding Senior in Food Preparation, Kyle S. Wennell. The Byron Keller Award, Kelly S. Roberts. I'd like to have a round of applause for these students. I now get to the scholarship recipients. Will you please be seated? These are the names of the scholarship recipients. Appointment to the United States Naval Academy at Annapolis, Nicholas A. Vision. Lutheran Brotherhood Member School Scholarship and the Quartec Corporation Merit Scholarship, Talitha G. Robinson. The Governor's Honor Scholarship to the Savannah College of Art and Design, Rob Kramer. Director's Scholarship from Lycoming College, James Riley. Freshman String Scholarship from Westchester University, Lisa Mary Scher. The Brush-Wellman Incorporated Scholarship, Susan Sander. University of Pittsburgh Academic Scholarship, Ann DiPaolo. Hope College Scholarship and the Hope Academic Achievement Award, Peter William Blackburn. DeVry Technical Institute Award, Stephen D. Boyer. The Marshall Hahn Engineering Merit Scholarship of the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, Paul William Hoffman. The First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association Scholarship, Mark David Miller. We'll have a nice round of applause for these scholarship recipients. On behalf of the faculty, the administration, and the school board, we congratulate you. We want you to know we are very proud of your achievements. Thank you very much.
As senior class president, it gives me great honor to award to these following students academic plaques for their outstanding academic achievement. Andrew David Reinsel, Stephen Frederick Davis, Karen W. Goodwin. Now, before I go on with what I'm supposed to do, while I have everybody's attention, I would like to make two announcements. First, the class of 1987 would like to extend a special thank you to our class advisor, Mr. John Wise, who has been the class advisor for 24 years. He has shared with us his sabbatical time, his sage advice, and his common sense. We wish him all the very best in his retirement following 36 years as a teacher in the Wilson School District. Would he please stand? I don't know where he is. Would Mr. Wise please stand? One other thing, I would like to address the class. Just today I received a card from a friend of mine, and in it, it said the perfect words I would like to say to you now before we graduate. It's written by Abraham Lincoln. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. The times we've shared as friends stand out as some of the best life has to offer. We've laughed, we've shared, we've encouraged. It's our friendship that turns the ordinary, everyday things into something wonderful and makes the good talks and good times one of the best parts of life. Almost forgot the most important part. Would Mr. Shanley please step forward? Gives me great honor to award this plaque to you with the names of our 3 outstanding students. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your words. Last Thursday, when we were practicing, I said that today I would have one last message to you. And that message, I hope, you will take to heart, for it touches upon each one of the speeches up here. Mr. Reitzel mentioned friends. Kirian mentioned living your life fullest. Steve mentioned about goals, and you re-emphasized the need for friends. And so all of you touched upon what I'd like to talk to you about today. I give you a little bit of myself in this example, so please bear with me. But it's something that I hope that some of you someday it will mean something. You know, when you get to my age, you start looking back on life a little bit. You went through school, you got married, you raised your children, and they're gone. And so you look back and you say, how did things really go? And so sometimes sayings have meaning to you that wouldn't mean anything to you if you'd walk past them. And I guess that's what I'm going to hook you in tonight. When I was over at Penn State this fall, and I went to the craft show over there, there were many sayings that people printed on various materials, but I saw one. And I guess if it weren't for me, it wouldn't have meant too much. But this is what it said. It's simple. It said, don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend. You see, if you take those apart and you think about them, don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. When we're talking about friends, the person that takes the lead all the time, creates in you an inferiority.
They're always wanting to tell you what to do, and you don't know if you want to follow them. And then, don't walk behind me, for I may not lead. It's nice to think you're a leader, but you have that fear that maybe they're not going to follow. And what if they don't? Are you a failure? Are they going to make fun of you because you made a bad choice? You see, that in itself isn't that big a deal. It's the last part. It says, just walk beside me and be my friend. Just sounds so easy. But if you really think through this statement, it's a very difficult statement. You know, when I look at my parents, and maybe it's because I look at them because I don't know how many more years I have with them. But when I was growing up, I came from a Pennsylvania Dutch family. Mother is usually the one that you deal with. Dad is the enforcer, the breadwinner, and he doesn't get too close to his sons and daughters. You say goodbye. You don't give a hug, as some cultures do. And so I was growing up with my dad and mom in that figure, kind of the leader. And sometimes I didn't know if I wanted to follow exactly what they were saying. And then I went off to college. And I was the only one in my whole family through the whole generations that we could remember that ever went to college. And so I'm sure at times I was cocky. And I really thought that I knew a heck of a lot more than my parents did. And so I raised my family. And they were always a part of me. But you know how it was? It was at the birthdays. It was at Christmas. It was at the special occasions. And generally they came to visit us, because I always seemed to be so busy. But you know what happened when the family grew up? Now, Dad and Mom are friends with me for the first time in my life. 49 years later. They walk with me. You see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you can find this relationship with your mom and dad, with your future loved one, with your children, and with a couple special friends, you know, you can live to your fullest, because you're going to have that little extra thing. You can set your goals, because even if you fail, you're going to have those friends to pull in and hold you up. And believe me, that's when true friends come to the surface. When I met you in 10th grade, I said to you this one thing. I said, I am no better than you are, because I am a person. I have feelings, and I make mistakes. I hope that somewhere along the road through the high school that you did, as Andy indicated, have some teacher or some coach or something that walked with you as a friend. And on my little part, I hope that just a little bit, and I know I couldn't touch it all, but I hope that somehow when I dealt with you, that I just walked beside you and were your friend. And that way I would have reached a little goal that I had. And so, don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, a couple of you were waiting to see what I'd say. And that was it. But now I have that other special thing that I promised you. you have an odd class. We had trouble at commencement, at rehearsal, and some of you understand and some of you don't understand. You keep asking questions, but I'll tell you one thing I'm proud of. I asked you to do me a special thing when you left, and you sure accomplished it better than anyone I've ever had. And so therefore it gives me, Dr. DeBell, a great deal of pleasure to present the class of 1987.
Thank you, Mr. Shanley. Members of the dais, parents, guardians, relatives, friends, fellow educators, members of the class of 1987. We'd like to extend congratulations to all of you who had a direct part in this momentous occasion this evening, especially the parents and the guardians, for it is you and only you who have some idea of all that has taken place in order to get these 311 students seated in this commencement exercise. Our congratulations to you for living through all the joy and all the sorrow that these many years have meant to you in getting your son or daughter ready for graduation. I'd also like to extend a thank you to our faculty and administration, many of whom are seated at the rear of the assembly, and I might point out that a larger number are seated in the bleachers. Some are up in the high school at work on this occasion to make everything go superbly well, as it always does. I would like to ask the faculty and administration to rise for a round of applause from the assembly. Would you do so now, please? And the administration as well. Please be seated. You do effect eternity. I'd like to reverse the order of the two sides of my remarks that I usually make. One is the remarks that I have for the class of 87, and the other is the Wilson Award. And I'd like to make the Wilson Award first and then make a very few brief remarks at the end in regard to the class. 7 years ago, an anonymous donor believed in two things about Wilson. He believed in Wilson students, and he believed in a thing called social interest. And as a result of those two beliefs, he gave a significant sum of money to the school district to be used annually at commencement for what is called the Wilson Award. The idea of the Wilson Award is that it comes from students. This body nominates how many ever students they wish from the class for the Wilson Award. It is to go to someone who believes in other people, who is interested in the interests of other people, someone who is a giver, someone who is a behind-the-scenes encourager, someone who does for others without the thought of getting anything in return. They are the unsung heroes and heroines of the graduating class. In the past 7 years, starting in 1980, the following graduates were awarded the Wilson Award. 1980 was Michael Barneson, Jr., 1981 was a tie with Sebastian Napoli and Richard Barneson. 1982 was Anna Maria Mahan. 83 was Patty Warner. 84, Kevin Kaufman. 85, Jeffrey Schauber. And in 1986, William Luce. As I said, the award goes to someone from this class who is interested in the interests of others, a helper, a giver, an encourager, someone who does for others without the thought of getting anything in return. This year, the award goes for someone who is the personification of social interest, a quiet person, a heroine in her own right. I read from the nomination form from the individual who nominated her. She's always cheerful and helpful to everyone. She helps out in the various operations of the school district. The East and the West Wing officers over her lunch break will find her at work. And even after school, she stays over. She helps out in the high school library. She has been both manager and scorekeeper for various girls' varsity teams. And although not a member of the team, she has helped decorate lockers of various girls' varsity teams just to help boost morale and spirit. She's been a member of the Leo Club, and the Leo Club itself is a group of individuals who are givers. In junior high school, she was a guidance aide and a library aide as well. She was a Girl Scout. The faculty said about her when I asked to help make this decision, this young lady is conscientious. She is never demanding. She is quiet, always giving, always serving. The 1987 Wilson Award goes to Sonal Saftari. Sonal, would you rise, please? Thank you, Sonal. For my message to the class of 1987, I say simply to you that all of us know that actions speak louder than words. Last September, we were all together in a very difficult situation. You handled that situation very well. You certainly gave a very clear commitment to our belief in you. And I close simply by saying thank you for confirming our faith in you. Thank you.
Good evening. Administrators, faculty, parents, alumni, friends, and the class of 1987. I bring you greetings from the Wilson Board of Education. Graduates, this is your special day. You will always remember this day, and you will have a great feeling of accomplishment this evening when you accept your diploma. We on the board are very proud of you and the progress that you have made. We encourage you to continue with your education. Don't think of your graduation as the end. Think of it as a new beginning. As you look to the future, it is our suggestion that you put your best foot forward, set your goals high, reach for a star, discover the person you truly are. Focus your vision beyond what you see. Give it your best. Be the best you can be. Welcome adventure. Look up and believe. You'll find that no goal is too hard to achieve. Disraeli once said, "The secret of success in life is for man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes." Always remember, Wilson is your school. You are always welcome to come back and visit. We are very proud of you. You truly are Wilson's pride.
Wait back and have I have an announcement to make prior to starting, and that is that there will be a professional photographer taking pictures very close here. I ask that if you feel you have to come down and take pictures, that you stay low so that the people who are seated because of problems with wheelchairs and so forth will be able to see. Please do not come in on the grass so that we do have clearance here. I would ask that you do not yell or create a problem between, because I'm going to try to read the names that everyone will be able to see the person that's up front receiving their diploma. Andrew David Reinsel. Kirian W. Goodwin. Stephen F. Davis. Victoria A. Gallen. Eric Moyer. Karen Morgan. Robert A. Kaufman, Jr. Robin Lee Jones. Scott E. Getz. Beverly A. Glass. Joseph W. Mayone. Aaron Kathleen Shockley. Jeffrey M. Schaefer. Kelly H. Yoder. Peter Young. Kelly Denise Young. Jeffrey Brian Long. Kimberly Sue Burchill. Eric Freeman. Jill D. Rissmiller. Patrick Killeen. Megan R. McGonigal. Michael E. Hirschberger. Kimberly D. Adams. Walter R. Woolihan. Lynn Marie Tallarico. Bradley A. Stewart. Kelly Ann Young. Christopher Leckleitner. Colleen Campbell. Dean Druckenmiller. Heather Lessick. David Garris. Kayla Mertz. Eric Brostek. Catherine Kramer. Eric Van Pelt. Elizabeth Schoenfeld. Stephen Michael Copeland. Marcia L. Fessler. Kirk E. Ruffner. Barbara Jo Achenbach. Kenneth J. DePro. Michelle Lynn Rogers. Brian C. Duffy. Joella A. Ray. James Riley. Ann E. Irwin. Stephen Scott Smith. Elaine Louise Hawk. Russell L. Foltz. Dorinda Harrison Reed. Thomas S. Kim. Lisa Mary Scherer. Michael D. Porn. Pamela Jeanette Elbert. Matthew R. Peterson. Susan Marie Cottrell. Antonio C. Borelli. Colleen Marshall Scrocky. James A. Stevens, Jr. Lisa Ann Wilkinson. Christopher Teagan. Catherine Hoffman. Gunnar Hedin. Keir Ann Gastorf. Peter William Blackburn. Tracy Lynn Rockland. Stephen Reed Sumloy. Michelle Christine Chandler. Brian C. Backrack. Elizabeth Ann Fisher. Eric J. Farrow. Vanessa Marie Miller. Stanley Trazer, Susan Laura Ulrich, Richard F. Stahovich, Susan Jane Sandor, Michael Goldstein, Talitha Gay Robinson, Glenn Russell Thomas, Christine Marie Svetic, Mark Stephen Durniak, Anne Marie DiPaolo, Joseph Thomas Strelo, Suzanne Malia Williams, Bradley William Sands, Denise Lynn Delp, Craig Allen Ballman, Rhonda Lynn Bates, Michael Allen Sarford, Laura Monique Bouchard, David Lawrence Levinson, Heather Lynn Dunbar, Christopher Allen Herbine, Nancy Ellen Cuff, Craig Allen Snyder, Greta Lynn Leibensberger, Christopher Allen Keller, Kathleen Angela Mayon, Greg G. Lano, Tanya Redinger, Kenneth P. Goldbach, Jr., Misha Monique Dupre, Scott D. Tice, Elizabeth Pauline Smith, Mark David Gilbert, Leanne Berube, Leonard J. Weckel, Jr., Cynthia Marie Stam, Paul William Hoffman, Christina Carol Hockman, Matthew John Planer, Kimberly Ann Bice, David Allen Emick, Diana Lynn Cook, Todd A. Rathman, Melanie K. McMullen, Jeffrey P. Zahner, Christine Marie Schultz, Stephen C. Wenzel, Mary Stephanie Unger, Robert Allen Aitken, Kristen Elizabeth Moore, Joseph Allen Cianci, Pamela Flickinger, Joseph H. Wylezik, Rochelle Ann Green, James Patrick McCauley, Rebecca Moeller, Scott Whitman, Claudia Ann Kepp, Benjamin J. Deem, Catherine Heidi Gibault, John Edward Obold, Holly Noel Quinter, Stephen G. Weichel, Kristen Lee Calpino, Edward D. Kime, Michelle Marie Galen, Kenneth P. Gill, Sonal R. Daftari, Rick Paul Dorolchuk, Melissa L. Snyder, Mark David Miller. Carol Nanette Berger. Daniel Christopher Mazza, I did it. Go ahead. Julie Michelle Coffey. Alan D. Campbell. Jacqueline Victoria Rogers. Blake Allen Scheider. Deanne Christine Dry. Derek C. Marks. Darlene L. Wenzel. Kyle Wennell. D. Marie Werkheiser. Craig Allen Davis. Leah Catherine Roth. Eric M. Steffi. Laura Lee Pegg. Nicholas A. Vision. Wendy J. Wilkins. Sean Michael Rutt. Paula Ruth Wilkinson. John A. Schlegel. Susan Lynn Angstadt. Kevin M. Breich. Sharon Lynn Boshian. Stephen D. Boyer. Carolyn Marie Leschak. Conrad A. Kendig. Dusty L. Luars. David J. Separ. Susan E. Lavigna. Eugene W. Hodnowski. Deborah Lynn Henry. Dean Sanacori Jr. Susan Denise Miller. Patrick Fleurier. Laura Ann Fiddler. Douglas D. Fick. Kelly Sue Scott. Timothy M. Height. Tracy Lynn Miller. Joseph Lee Becker. Julie Beth Jambeau. Douglas E. Eschbach. Donna M. Heckman. Peter S. Kasparian. Michelle L. Speck. Christopher A. Weber. Kristen K. Laurie. Mark Hyder. Denise Marie Strohmeyer. Robert Andrew Kramer. Danielle Lee Simons. Ryan Scott Stauffer. Leslie Lynn Wien. Brian Dillman. Angela Dawn Santiago. Robert J. Mancuso. Diane L. Smith. Kevin Dockey. Karen Kohler. Mark Jackson. Elaine K. Sentz. Eric Lee Schultz. Judy Lynn Stam. Brian Gehring. Sue Ellen Becker. Jeffrey Michael Wayman. Lori Ann Petrotsky. Jason Eschbach. Heather Zinn. Antonio Borelli, Sherry Lynn Late, Salvatore Ninfo, Catherine A. Ingram, Michael Wilkes, Laura Wien, Scott Hollenbach, Suzanne Moorhatch, Ralph Danner, Marlo Leanne Zimmerman, Scott D. Stuber, Kimberly Sue Troutman, Daniel G. Strausser, Joette Hornberger, Eugene R. Ulrich, Jennifer Lynn Moan, Eric John Bachman, Lori Ann Kreitz, David Scott Moyer, Donna Miller, David McGlynn, Michelle Nagel, Jason Thomas McLean, Kathleen Molinar, Joey Allen Mills, Suzanne Lee Kern, Scott D. Strom, Audrey Ann Beam, Richard Michael Steele, Tammy Lynn Forster, Robert J. Blickel, Lisa Yang Lee, Todd M. Burkle, Heather A. Boso, David R. Engel, Melissa S. Price, Michael S. Waltman, Tina Prince, Randall G. Smith, Adonna L. Leiby, Jeffrey Egan, Kristen Moore, Anthony Joshua Werner II, Janine Michelle Lindemuth, William M. Harner, Sydney Heather Glantz, John Steck, Heather Ann Hunt, Darren Fry, Eric Lynn Bowers, John C. Prince III, Catherine Ann McAndrew, Knut Kvindeslund, Julia E. Rumberger, Greg Wren, Jennifer Eileen Warfel, Carl Fiedler, Kristen Lee Belcastro, Christopher Edward Lawrence, Kathleen Ann Ferris, Todd L. Unger, Tina L. Yoder, Dennis Carr, Terry Lee Prater, Teresa Ann Prater, Eric J. Kaufman, Robert I. Swigert, Todd Eric Saylor, Bradley D. Weber, Kelly Roberts, Heather Chafin, Scott L. Galar, Kathleen Katarakis, Frank A. Abatishani, Suzanne F. Miller, Scott Huckleberry, Pamela S. Showalter, Gregory E. Heilman, Carrie G. Kaufman, Stephen M. Cannon, Andrew C. Stump, Owen Roger Miller, Brian S. Bowman, Sherveen Lotfi Najafabadi, Craig C. Sumter, Eric J. Begley, Christopher Becker, Matthew R. Yo, Michael L. Texter, Connie Butkus, Tim Rump, Jim Baker, Peter M. Goda Jr., Stephen K. Roth, Michael W. Hildebrand, the class of 1987. Thank you.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yes, okay. Patience. We're almost out of here. When I ask you to rise, and not before, I'd like you to do so that I may declare you graduates of the Wilson Senior High School, and then I'd like you to remain standing for the singing of the alma mater. And will the members of the assembly rise as the class of 1987 rises for the singing of the alma mater? Will the class of 1987 please rise? By the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Wilson Board of Education, I declare you graduates of Wilson Senior High School. Congratulations.
As you go your way from here to embrace the future and to pursue your noble aims, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon you with favor and give you his peace and truth and love. Amen.